Hello, Junction City Today fans. I am your host, Craig Bealey, just like the words say, right here. And I am so happy today to be joined by Ryan and Melissa Speltz, who are with Connection Publishing. And you're like going, hey, what's Connection Publishing? Well, that's why you're watching this show. But the thing is, if you live in Roy, if you live in Pleasant View, or if you live in North Ogden, you already know Connection Publishing because of this magazine, right? You want to hold one up there, Ryan?
Yeah.
You're getting these magazines in your mail every month. It's the official city news for Pleasant View, North Ogden, Roy, some other places too, right?
Syracuse.
Is that correct? Syracuse, right. And now, the reason we're here to talk about this today is you're going to be in
Ogden.
Yeah.
Ogden.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. Ogden proper, right. So once a month, you guys are going to get a fabulous magazine full of city news from Ogden. And again, this isn't this, you may have seen the old, like maybe sometimes you got something with your water bill,
right?
And it was like black and white photocopied with, I don't know, like I said, 7 different kinds of clip art pasted to it. No, that isn't this. That isn't it.
No.
This is a really professional magazine full of stuff, but I'm talking too much. You guys need to tell me what this is all about. First off, how did you guys get started in this? You said you're from Las Vegas, right?
Yeah. So I actually sold advertising for a magazine in Las Vegas that was an HOA magazine. There was a big master planned HOA, and they had a lot to communicate. And so I sold advertising for it, something similar to this that was very local about that community. And then when we moved up here, I was in the process of changing jobs about 3.5 years ago, and we kind of were brainstorming what we wanted to do next, and we came up with the idea, and we thought, well, let's approach our city, which is North Ogden, offer to replace their city newsletter that, like you said, comes with a utility bill, but make it a professional
I'm sorry if I made anybody mad who may have been putting that together. It was a very fine publication. This is better.
Yeah. So we just wanted to make it something that was really down home. When I left that magazine, I thought if I ever did that again, I'd want to control the content. So it was something that people wanted to read that was really about the local community. And it's been great. So from North Ogden, we keep expanding. Cities keep calling and saying, hey, we'd love to do this in our community too. And so we went to Roy and Syracuse and now to Ogden here coming up in a few weeks.
Now Ogden, Melissa, the big kahuna.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big slice of the pie or something like that. How many homes do you think you'll be going into in Ogden?
32 or 33,000.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty exciting.
And you're all into this too. Like,
Yes.
Explain your role with the magazine.
I help create the content and pull it all together.
Right.
So I called her and said, I'm going to start this magazine. She's like, okay, good luck. Have fun with that. She didn't realize I was hiring her full time.
Oh. Well, you should explain too. You guys share the same last name, so there's some kind of connection there, right?
Yeah, we're married. So
All right. There you go. So he called you
Yeah.
before? I mean, he didn't call and say, can I please do this, honey, sweetie, baby? He just called you up and said, I did it?
No, we've been talking for a while, and then he was like, I think I want to do this. And I said, okay, that's great. I support you. And
And you did.
Well, yeah. Well, and then he started working and doing the sales part of it. And then I was like, well, he only has a week left until this magazine needs to be pulled together. And so I started helping with the content. And I said, I'll do this for a couple months until he hires somebody. But
it's not an easy thing to do.
It's not.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
Well, explain what's in it for our folks in Ogden that are watching us right now. Like, when this appears, which is going to be when?
So it should land in homes on the 15th of November.
So right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right around the corner, right.
Yeah.
So when it comes into your mailbox on the 15th of November, here's what you're going to get.
So there's several major sections in the magazine each month. First is the city news. So we replace the city newsletter, so it'll have everything from the different departments like Parks and Rec or utilities. Right. That'll be at the beginning. There'll be a letter from the mayor each issue. And then we'll also have a student of the month that we focus on, or 2 students of the month each time that we'll talk about. Give them a certificate and $25 that they can use. The kids love it. It's a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then we'll do hyper local focus things. So any stories we hear about from the kids at the school doing well, or community things that are happening will be in there. We'll do a feature article. So our first feature article will be about Christmas Village, which is an Ogden staple.
Yeah, something dear to my heart. I'm on that committee. You bet.
Yep. So it's a lot of fun. So we're going to that'll be our first feature, big article in the middle. And then we always have business spotlights, restaurant spotlights, recipes, and the Ogden magazine will feature arts and culture as well, because we have an arts district here. It's new, the Nine Rails district.
That is correct.
And so we're going to be, highlighting and focusing on the artists and their productions and the things that they do, and that'll be unique to Ogden that we don't do in our other publications.
Good timing, because that Monarch building is set to open November 1st, and
Yep.
everything's going to be different there. You
Yeah.
know, that's coming up. Yeah,
It
that's
is.
right
Yeah.
it's right around the corner.
Yeah.
How are you guys going to do this now? What is this, like 5 magazines you've got now?
Yeah.
We have a lot of people helping us now, so it's not just me and Ryan, which is good.
You have a staff.
We do, yeah.
Right. And you mentioned sales, because part of what makes this work is that advertisers in the area advertise in this. People see their ad, they go down, they buy their burritos and pillowcases and
Right.
whatever else, they have to sell. And so that's how all of this works. That's what
Right.
funds it.
Right.
Yeah, so we do partner with the city, but we approach the city and say, look, we're not going to cost anything extra from what you're already paying to print out that 1 or 2 page newsletter you've put in the utility bill. And so they chip in that money, and then we go out and find the rest of it to pay for all the printing costs and everything else through advertising sales.
Right.
So-
And it's inexpensive. It's inexpensive to
Yes.
advertise
It is.
in there for what you get.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking from experience.
And you've
Yeah.
been an advertiser and supporter
Yeah.
with Ogden Regional, which has been awesome.
Yeah.
And we try to make it something where it's not overly priced, but it's something where you're part of something. You're part of that community. Creating connection is the key with what we want to do, and so advertisers feel that. Our long-term advertisers, I have advertisers been with us for 3.5 years.
Wow.
And they say, I just love that people know I'm part of the community. I'm I'm a business that works and lives and operates in the area, and we want people to know that. So
I'm here. Melissa, are you guys looking for feedback once this hits the mailboxes? Do you want to hear from Ogden City residents that say, I like this, I kind of don't like that, I don't read the that, and here's a suggestion, come and do an article on Aunt Bessie or whatever, her house? Or
Definitely, yes. We've had a lot of input throughout the years, and it's helped us to know which areas to focus on and give us more stories to write, and
Right.
it's been really fun.
You guys have a website, right? Oh, look, it's right there on the right there on the screen as we're talking on that. And that so do you put all the content from your magazine on that website too?
So
or?
each city has their own website, but you can link to them from there.
Oh, okay.
So North
Right.
Ogden has a website, and Roy has a website, Syracuse, and Ogden has a website. And so it'll be in blog format, paper format, so everybody will get one in the mail at their
Right.
home. And then it'll also be in digital format, where, like on an iPad, you can use page-turning technology and actually still read it like a
Wow.
magazine.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
any way somebody wants to consume it, they can find it.
Right. So has this worked out for you guys? I mean, obviously it has. You wouldn't keep expanding. I
Right.
mean, nobody expands something that's not working.
Right.
Hey, this is awful. Let's do more of it.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
It isn't like that or anything.
No, it's been, we're a startup for sure, and there's ups and downs, and there's days where we're like, what in the world are we doing?
Yeah.
But it's so rewarding what we do. It's so much fun being part of it. We just said on the drive here, we're like, you develop this like part of your heart that you're excited about a community that you didn't really know much about before we started a magazine. So Ogden, we've always claimed we're from Ogden, even though we live in North Ogden. We love the community. We love all the
Sure.
fun things that happen down here, and it develops. You kind of really start to love the community and get excited about being able to serve them by writing articles and learning about
Yeah.
the history and those things in each community. That's a section I forgot to mention. We always do history.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's a popular one too.
I've lived in Ogden my whole life. Ogden or
Yeah.
North Ogden.
Yeah.
Boy, I've got history.
Yeah.
You want stories?
Awesome.
I got stories.
We'll come
I got
to you.
stories.
We'll come to you.
And I'll tell you what, Scott, Sheldon, George, you guys out there, you don't want me to tell these stories. I better see something, okay? Give me a call, because I got stories on you. I got stories on half of Ogden.
Yeah, sure.
The only thing that keeps me from telling them is they got worse ones on me. Trust me. Yeah, they really do. This is exciting for you
Yeah.
guys.
It is.
Yeah, it's
This is a
fun.
really good thing for you.
Yeah.
We're excited. It's really a fun business. It's fun to be part of. It's fun to create. I think the creative district is really a powerful new movement here in Ogden, because
Yeah.
being part of creating something, we work really hard and we're proud of what we do. At the end of the day, we look back and say we accomplished something.
Ogden is a great place, and there'll be plenty of stories. There'll be a lot to write about. I tell this story often. I sat on a committee clear back in like 1982, something like that, probably before either of you were born. And back then, downtown Ogden was a very different thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, there we had our mall, which was doing great, but the other side of Ogden, you know, and there was a gentleman in that meeting, and he said, look, you know, we're going to revitalize 25th Street. We're going to have shops. We're going to have restaurants. We're going to have art down here. People are going to flock down here on the weekends. And back then, it wasn't like that. And I remember people just kind of looking at him like, I don't know what he's smoking.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Okay. But it happened.
Yeah.
It happened. And the nice thing is you guys will contribute to making whatever happens going forward happen too.
Yeah.
We hope
Which is
so.
cool.
Yes.
So you guys want to look for this in your mailbox. It will be called
Ogden Connection.
from the what company?
Connection Publishing.
Yeah, from Ryan and Melissa Speltz.
Yeah.
These guys are
And our
taking care of
staff.
it.
It's
Oh,
not
and their
just
staff.
us.
Yeah, and if you open up the magazine, you can see their staff on there.
Yeah.
Here's where you can get more information right here. And if you want to give them some feedback, please do. Write to them. Tell them what you like. Tell them what you don't like. Give them ideas for stories. Because in order to make this happen, the community has to pull together. And hopefully this is going to happen.
And we
I don't
have
doubt
guest authors too. You gonna write some articles for us?
Guest authors, yes, I am. Sheldon, George, Scotty. I hope you guys are listening. Oh, that would be great. The guest authors, so people can write for your magazine.
Yeah.
Can. Yeah.
We're non-political.
Uh-huh.
We're positive only, so there's no complaint, articles going in. But
Yeah.
it really is about and by and for the community. We love
Right.
guest authors. We love community folks who love to write and want to be able to tell stories that are in the community. So
Oh, isn't that great? All of you folks out there who who like to dabble in writing, go to this website and find out if you've got what it takes. You might have a great story about Ogden that you want to share. I mean, people stop me all the time and tell me stories. My dad used to,
Yeah.
used to paint signs or whatever, and
Yeah.
they tell me those stories. So tell them
I
to
love
these guys.
them.
Let them
Yes.
know.
that'd be awesome.
Well, we're wishing you a lot of success.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
And again, guys, watch for this in your mailbox. November 15th, take the day off work and wait for it. Wait right there by your mailbox because you want to be the first to read this. And when you do, give them some feedback, write yourself, share it with your friends and neighbors. Make sure that they know it's out there. It's going to come every single month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
No.
at first it'll be quarterly.
Yeah.
Oh, quarterly.
Trying to
Okay.
get to every month, but
That's why we have
budgeting.
Melissa.
Yes.
Yeah,
Glad she's
me and you are like
we
the big
screwed up.
talkers. And then Melissa's like, no, guys.
Coming. Yeah.
So
Quarterly.
if we get the advertising support and advertisers feel like they're getting a return, then we'll be able to move it more towards monthly. So,
Well, best wishes to you.
yeah.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for joining Junction City today. I'm your host, Craig Bielek, who you see way too much of, and I'm sorry about that, but somebody has to ask the questions, okay? My guests today are Ryan and Melissa Speltz with Connection Publishing, and you should be watching for Ogden Connection in your mailbox starting November 15th.
Yep.
Got it all correct?
You did. Good.
Boom, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Thanks,
Well done.
guys. We'll see you guys all next time, okay?